Hello and welcome. Today we are going to see 5 good examples of this candidate tournament 2022, and if you missed the previous video then you can follow the link below in order to see this one a little later. So we have this position first of all, rapport Duda. It's black's turn here and the position is approximately equal. Here I have a question for you. What is important? You can imagine you are playing in a tournament and you have 2 next rounds. It's better to have 1 win and 1 loss or to have 2 draws. What do you think? It's a very nice question actually, you have to think about that. And now Duda tried to win the game actually. He has a lot of good moves. For example, he can play this one, he can play knight to h7, he can put rook to e6, he has a lot of good moves. Here black is a little better because he has more space and he has some breakthroughs in the center of the board. For that reason it's a little better. And similarly this bishop is out of the game, this knight don't have any active squares actually, so it's clear black is clearly better. But what Duda did in this game, it's very strange, because he just played h5, tried to attack in the center of the here in the king side, and after this he didn't drop back the bishop in order to capture that pawn, but he played h4. Now he captured there and knight h7, and after queen c3 we can understand that he is not playing for a draw, because if he just play for a draw then he can exchange queens, and here black is a little better, but actually it's not something dramatic actually. It is very close to equality, this one. But he played this move, knight takes g5, and after h4 he went back, and now we have bishop to h3. You see, he is trying to open up more lines in order to attack, but in reality he is opening lines for his opponent, because now white can exchange this bishop. And similarly he has an open g file to attack the enemy king, and after this white played a very nice move, and this is queen rook to g1, because he is threatening now checkmate and he is going to take one of the pieces back for sure. And here Duda played this one, he captured with a pawn, and after bishop back he played rook to g2, and as you can see here white is clearly better. He has the initiative here, because the plan is to put the rook on h file, after that he can put the king back, and after that he is going to create an attack in the king side. And who did all this? Actually Duda did, because I'm not actually blame him. It's a very sensitive moment when you are going to attack or to win a game actually, because you have to take some risks, and it could be boomerang for you sometimes, because you are going forward or you are trying to do something, and maybe sometimes this will not it will not happen as you plan it. And here we have the rook there, he put the queen this, he played this one, as you can see, and after that black is completely doomed here, because some of the next moves is this one, queen there, and you can imagine the rook on h8, and this is a checkmate picture. So he played this one, king h1, and after b4 attacking the knight we have a very nice counter blow. He's attacking the knight, but he don't care about that, he just captured the pawn. And if black captures this knight, then we have this take. And for example, after something like to c5, we can play queen there, threatening this checkmate we already mentioned. He can play something like that, but again we have this move, and again we're threatening checkmate. He don't have time to capture everything, because white is threatening more things there, and white is winning. During the game he just captured there, and after knight e4 he just resigned, because after this we have another move, queen h5, as you can see, and now we're threatening something in the h file. So why Duda lost this game? Because he don't have a lot of activity in the king side, he didn't prepare his attack actually, and he did something drastically, something brutal, tried to do something there, but his pieces are not ready to do something in the king side. And actually he's not opening lines for his own pieces, but for his opponent pieces. You can see now he helped him to play bishop there on h3. Okay, this happened here to Duda. We have another game here, Ding Duda. Again we have Duda with the black pieces, and the most common checkmate pattern is the back rank pattern, when you're castling short side and when you are removing all of the heavy pieces. It's very likely to to happen this checkmate, because you can see the king cannot go anywhere. And here Ding played this very nice move, knight takes a5, threatening checkmate on c8, so Duda don't have time to capture the knight. He opened a flying square, but now after this he went there. Knight on c4 is a very nice move because he's attacking the rook, protecting this one, and white have small advantage. So after a while, after some moves, actually Ding managed to win that game. Let's move forward to see the next one. Nakamura Firuzia. Firuzia is the number 3 in the world actually, but he's not understanding chess as good yet. He's just a kid, and we can see a quote here from Vladimir Kramnik that said that he's not playing very well, he don't understand everything so well. He's a great talent, of course, but he has a lot to learn actually. But let's see two of his games actually to see what happened. We have a Sicilian defense here. Okay, Nakamura is with white, Firuzia with black. They just developed the pieces. It's a normal line, this one, the Najdorf, and he played e5. The idea is to kick away the knight, and here usually white is playing knight to b3, but here Nakamura played this move knight f3 because he would like to play more positional chess. He would like to put the bishop there and play against this d5 square. So we have development moves, as you can see, knight to d5, rook c8, check, and here usually black takes with the queen. I don't know why Firuzia didn't capture like that. Maybe he would like to complicate the position in order to win. This is another winning attempt actually, to complicate the game in order to win. So he just captured with a pawn there. We have bishop here, knight e7, castling, exchanges, and d5. This is successful actually for black. If black managed to do that, then it could be very nice for black, because we can say that black can equalize the game if he just managed to play this move d5. So we have some exchanges here, and of course Nakamura didn't exchange the queens, but he played queen e2. The idea is to take a tempo against the enemy queen, to play the rook here on d1, and after knight to f5 we have this one, queen there, and c4. He just played knight to g7, bishop d7. White continued with the most normal plan in the world. He played rook to d5, castling, and rook a d1. He didn't do anything at all actually. Nothing dramatic happened during the game, but white is clearly better. Why he is clearly better? Because black has a weakness here. He cannot start pushing his pawns forward easily. This knight cannot really jump there because we can take that one, eliminate and break black's pawns. What this bishop is doing actually on g7 is blocked, and black rooks don't have any active role actually. So white is clearly better in this position, and Firuzia don't know what to do that. How to do that. It's to stabilize your position, play for the draw actually, and you cannot really attack, you cannot hope more from your position actually, because you don't have good position. And after this move, actually it's a mysterious move. Computer suggests this one as the first choice, but what the rook is doing here, he would like to push the pawn forward. I'm not sure what really he is doing here. And after h3 we have something dramatic happened during the game. He just tried to strike in the center of the board with this move b5, and after c5, as you can see, it's completely winning for white. Let's see why. He played this one, and now b4. Now he did a tactic. He played knight to d4, and this was actually Firuzia's idea, to play some tactics in order to put the knight on d4 and try to eliminate the rook. But here I have something to say to you, that tactics are not working when you don't have good position. This is very, very important to keep it in mind, bear it in your mind. You cannot create tactics if you don't have good position, because tactics are not going to work for you. It could work for your opponent. As you can see here, he just captured the knight, he just captured the rook. He is happy because he captured material, but now we have knight to f5. And as you can see, white pieces are extremely active. He's attacking the queen, he's threatening some checks here on g4 or queen here, and the enemy king is vulnerable actually. And what black pieces are doing, right? The queen is under attack, so he played queen e4, queen h5 to protect the knight. Now we have rook there, and very, very important move. He just keep the rooks on the board, attacking this pawn, keeping this rook extremely active, and in the future maybe this rook can join the attack with this rook lift or Kasparov rook. We have rook c6, bishop there to exchange an important defender, and after bishop takes, it didn't happen during the game, now he is losing because after this check and king f8 we have a checkmate, or he just went here, we have this double attack and then he can capture the rook, so white is winning. For that reason he didn't capture the rook, and after king to h8 we have rook a3, continue with this rook lift, queen takes there, he is happy because he's just capturing the pawns, but after this he just captured material, there queen on h6 attacking, threatening checkmate and the rook as well, so we have rook there and rook g6 eliminating this last defender, and after this actually here black resigned because he cannot do anything in order to stop this checkmate. He can give a check here, but what else he can do? Nothing at all. How to play after such game? Actually, it could happen to anyone to lose one game, and you should be prepared about that, and you should foresee the next game, right? You should play well, and if you play well the results will come. Here you can see another quote from Garry Kasparov, who criticized heavily Firouzja because he just played a lot of bullet games in the games before a very critical match against Nepomniatsky. And Kasparov said that it was extremely bad to play bullet games. Actually, when you are playing bullet games, you have this mindset to move quickly, to attack very heavily, right? But when you are playing with the best players in the world, you cannot do it like that. You should build your position, and after that try to do something to highlight your advantages or your strong points. And here we have another Petrov. Leko made a very nice work with Nepomniatsky actually, because Nepo is playing these very solid systems, and he is trying to perform the draw with the black pieces, very nice approach, and try to push with the white pieces. And now we have this one, another line on Petrov. As you can see, white has more space, and after this he just played there, knight here to exchange some pieces, and after that he just castling knight c3, bishop there, try to exchange more pieces because he has less space, and now f3, bishop d7, bishop e2, and a very nice move by Nepomniatsky is c6 because he's trying to attack the center of the board, and you can see now white just pushed his pawn forward. He's pushed the pawn on f3, he pushed the pawn on d4, so he has some weaknesses, and black is trying to take advantage of these weaknesses. Now we have castling, takes, and queen on b6, king h1, rook a c8, and now you can see a very interesting moment actually, because this position is approximately equal, but I don't believe that white have the advantage here. White have more space actually, this is in white's benefit. White have some centralized knights, this is very nice as well, but white have a main problem, and this problem is how to develop this bishop, because the queen putting more pressure against b2 pawn, so he has something to do here. He should develop his pieces first of all before do anything else, but after so many bullet games he just play this move, g4. Wow, what a move actually. He is trying to attack the king side, but he is leaving a lot of weaknesses behind him, and it's not so clear how to continue the attack. He just wants to push the pawn forward, and then he is going to see. Now we have h6, sorry for these arrows, and after this we have h4, and now rook there, g5, exchanging one pair of pawns, and now knight h5, king g2, because she was threatening here to give a check on g3, and after this she went knight g6. Nepomniatsky plays very nice chess actually, because he would like to control this square on f4, and he would like to land a knight there on f4, and after that white's king will have problems, right? A lot of problems. So for that reason Firouzja is almost forced right now to play something like that. And when two amateur players are playing chess, maybe one of these two guys, and especially the guy who is defending, for example black here, is going to play one or two passive moves, and this could be the end of the story. it could be his end actually if he just plays some passive moves, because in such dynamic situations you have to do something dramatically. And here Nepo smells the blood, because white pieces are not well coordinated. You can see we have some no threats but contacts with the pieces. As you can see, the queen is has a contact with this knight, queen may be threatening this pawn, has another contact, the rook has something to do here with this knight, these knights are keeping an eye here on a4, so something is there. And this bishop on c1 actually, it's a heavily defensive piece. This piece has to defend on b2, has to defend on f4, has a lot of duties, this bishop. So here Nepo just sacrificed the knight was under attack here on h5, so he just sacrificed the knight, and after that he's going to capture 2 pawns. We have this capture, and now he has a lot of options, and you have to select the best one, and he just captured on b2, because now he is threatening the knight actually, and he is threatening mainly the knight, pinning this one. This knight has another contact here with this bishop, so this rook has to protect this one, and white's position is on the edge actually. It's not coordinated very nicely. For that reason, a lot of tactics are happening here. He played knight to e4, he went forward, why not? And now we have another tactic. This tactic is rook c4. Now he is attacking this knight, creating more and more problems. Bishop to e3. Again, you can see that something is not good with black position, right? Because this bishop again has to protect this knight, has to protect this pawn as well. The knight has to protect this one, but this rook can attack both of these bishops there. So we have a lot of tension, a lot of contacts here with the pieces. And now Nepo continued, he just captured there. Neither capture was good. If he just capture like that, we can take the bishop. If he just capture like this, we can take the knight. So he played here rook to b1, tried to repeat the position actually after this and this, hoping for black to perform this perpetual threat actually and end the game into the draw. But here Nepo didn't do that. Not passive, let's say, play draw his position like Petrov defense doesn't mean that you're going to accept the draw in any case. And here he just captured on d4, capturing an important piece. Now queen cannot just recapture there because he is going to capture on e3, and white's position is falling apart, so he just captured the queen. We have exchanges, he just captured there, and the bishop is gone. What happened here after so many exchanges? This bishop stays on the board. This is very important. This bishop is protecting this pawn on a7, and I'd like to congratulate Nepomniachtchi because he's playing fantastically on tactics. He's very sharp, his tactical ability is very sharp, and if you like to become better player, you should work on your tactics. You should work on them every day. If you can do that, it's fantastic. You should work. And now you can see he has these pawns. Actually, these 2 pawns are very important asset, because step by step you can start pushing these pawns forward, and this can create a lot of problems, huge problems to white. And here we can see that his king is not very well protected. So we have this one, knight, rook there, bishop there. He just continue moving his pieces. He captured another pawn right now, but after this his king is naked, and black pieces are more actually, because we have bishop and 2 pawns for the enemy king. And after this he just played rook there, and after this he just went bishop to h3, rook to c1. He just remaneuvered his bishop, and after this, oops, wrong arrow actually, he just give a check on e4, and here Firouzja resigns, because after this we can give a check here and collect the rook in the corners. You can see he don't have a lot of moves actually. This check on e4 is deadly. So Nepo managed to win a brilliant game here, and actually it's very nice to show this one. This is a very nice checkmate idea, because this bishop is pinned, this is helping, and we have a checkmate. The game could end it in a checkmate. So let's move forward. Here we have another position and the topic of this example is strategy against tactics. It's very important to finalize your development. As you can see, it's very important to castle your king, like this one. because if your king is in the center of the board, something bad could happen. Here, Ding, the number 2 in the world, played a fantastic strategical game. Actually, as you can see, managed to isolate his opponent pawns. He has this very strong outpost for his own knight, or he can pull the knight there on f4, try to attack the pawn on d5. He can double the rooks in the center of the board, attacking this pawn as well. And what black is doing, right? It looks that white is clearly better here. But tactics sometimes are not work very well on our favor if we don't calculate them correctly, or if we have hanging pieces, or if our king is not in a very safe position. And here Radzhapov, a very strong player, found an amazing tactic in order to continue the game, and this is rook takes e3. Very, very nice, because now he didn't just capture this rook actually, because Ding of course missed this one, because if he just captured the rook, then we have this deadly check, and the king unfortunately cannot go back. He has to do something, maybe to put the knight there, and after this check everything is over, because the king is under attack. He has to move away, and after that black is going to collect this knight. We have this variation, for example, or we have this variation. He can just capture something there for sure. For that reason here, Ding tried to consolidate himself. He didn't touch the rook, he played this move. He went back with the knight. We have this one, and now he played a tricky move actually. He played knight to e3. What is the idea? If black tried to do the same again, now we can take this one, and now we don't have this bishop check, because the queen can take the bishop. So this was the difference, so he cannot do the same thing, the same trick. But after rook to b3, putting more pressure against the knight, he put the knight there in more forward square. He just exchanged one pair of pieces, and now rook there attacking the queen. Queen went there, and bishop h4. This was the final move actually here during the game, because if the rook goes away, then this bishop is will fall. And if he just captures with a knight, then queen can take here, and queen can jump forward in the center of the board, as you can see, attacking the enemy king, give a check there, or capture this pawn. Everything is over here for white. The final winner of this candidate match is Nepomniachtchi. Congratulations to him, and we are going to see him in the upcoming World Chess Championship match against Magnus Carlsen.
Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here it's time for action. This is the initial page of my website, and here you can click Give me access to get access to free lessons. You can read this page, and if you scroll down, here you can add your name and your email. After that, you're going to take a free lesson how to avoid chess blunders. So, time for action is now, and you're very welcome to join my mail list.